On Sunday afternoon, Queen Elizabeth II, 95, was among guests attending Zara Tindall and Princess Eugenie's joint christening for their royal babies. Close friends and immediate family members gathered for the ceremony held at All Saints Chapel in Great Windsor Park. Images from the event show Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank beaming as they arrived at the ceremony for the baptism of their first child August, who was born in February. Zara and Mike Tindall arrived in separate cars for the occasion, during which their third child Lucas Philip Tindall, born in March, was christened alongside his second cousin. Her Majesty's attendance comes after a series of cancelled engagements from the monarch following her overnight stay in hospital last month. Last weekend, Her Majesty was forced to pull out of attending the Remembrance Sunday service in London after spraining her back. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams told that it was extremely good news to see the Queen back in action after her period of rest. He added that the ceremony would have likely seen some traditions being observed, such as the wearing of the replica of the Hunnitten gown, a royal christening gown. He said, "It is extremely good news that the Queen attended the joint christening today, and it is to be hoped this will be the first of many engagements she will be able to attend in the coming months. It will have brought her much personal pleasure to attend this important event in the lives of two of her great-grandchildren." It was decided to keep this, at All Saints Chapel, Royal Lodge, a private event. Some may speculate on the absence of any official photographs or information about it, but there is no real public interest in it, and it is understandable that those involved would wish for complete privacy. Undoubtedly some charming royal christening traditions will have been observed. The replica of the Hunnitten gown was last worn by Archie, the eldest child of Prince Harry, 37, and Meghan Markle, 40, in 2019. Notably, Mr. Fitzwilliams pointed out that there had yet to be any information about the baptism of the youngest child of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. He said, "Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall brought back some bottles of holy water from the River Jordan, which is used in royal baptisms, on their recent trip. There has been no information as to when or where Lilibet, the Sussexes' second child, is to be baptized." Meghan and Harry have not released any information as to whether they plan to christen their daughter or as to whether a ceremony has already taken place. Shortly after Meghan Markle's brother claimed her marriage to Prince Harry was doomed, royal experts are predicting more troubles ahead, with their relationship with the family described as beyond repair. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will regret alienating close relatives, insiders say. Tom Bower, who is currently writing a biography of Meghan, said, "I believe Meghan is a very stubborn person, but I think eventually even she'll realize that this isolated world she and Harry have built for themselves was a poisonous choice." Harry, 37, and Meghan, 40, have Archie, 2, and 5-month-old Lilibet, who none of the royal family have met yet, despite being named after her great-grandmother, the Queen's personal nickname. Tom says, "They seem so desperate to control the narrative that they can't risk anyone else influencing it. But this will simply cause more damage to them in the future, when their children grow up with no family around them." Aside from her mum Doria, the couple are estranged from Meghan's side of the family, too, and she famously hasn't seen her father Thomas Markle Sr. since before their wedding. Royal expert Penny Joyner has said, "Harry and Meghan have burned some significant bridges that may be beyond repair. Right now, that doesn't seem to bother them, and I can't see Meghan ever wanting a way back." Fellow royal biographer Andrew Morton believes that the couple's emphasis on their image could also have a detrimental effect on them. He recalled when they reportedly turned down the title of Earl of Dumbarton for Archie, because they felt the word dumb in Dumbarton would cause their son to be teased at school. He said, "It shows you their sensitivity to image, which is something. You know, somebody was saying to me, that, the other day, they contacted Team Sussex and the first question, the Sussexes, asked was, 'What pictures are you using?' And that person thought, that's everything you need to know about the Sussexes." Harry and Meghan moved to California in 2020, shortly after stepping down as senior royals, and she hasn't returned to the UK since, with the Duke only briefly coming back twice. He flew over for his grandfather Prince Philip's funeral in April, and the unveiling of his late mother Princess Diana's statue in July. But with the Queen's recent health scare, which saw her cancel several weeks of royal engagements, give up her beloved horse riding and start using a walking stick, Harry could want to be closer to home and to his grandmother. When she was rushed into hospital for tests recently, a source said that Harry felt helpless being 5,000 miles away in Montecito and has been checking in non-stop with her. And although Harry did make it back for his grandfather's funeral, he apparently still feels guilty about not saying goodbye in person. He would never forgive himself if the same thing happened with his beloved grandmother, said a source. He is hoping to go back home for Christmas with Meghan, if not before, so that she can finally get to meet her great-granddaughter, Lilibet and great-grandson, Archie again. Royal commentator Danielle Alzer also adds that it makes sense for them to cross the Atlantic during the festive season. It would give them a chance to introduce their new bub to Harry's family, and the large family gathering, which usually sees the Queen's children, grandchildren and great-grandchildren gather en masse, would be a less pressured way for the Sussexes to re-enter the royal orbit. However, some people felt Harry and Meghan's return would be too little, too late. Russell Myers on the Pod Save the Queen podcast said, "Their relationship with the rest of the royal family is in the gutter, and whether there is any way back for them, I'm not sure."